Good morning, everyone. Say hi to Sunshine. I think she wants to do some yoga today. Every time I get into some downward dogs, she seems to pop into the picture. Anyways, welcome to today's flow. It's going to be nice and energizing. Hopefully, you're able to break a sweat with the sun salutations and the sequence of postures that I will be leading you through today. But before that, let's tune into our bodies. Let's tune into our mind, our soul. Let's just become present. Yoga is here. Yoga is now. I invite you to begin in a cross-legged, seated pose, also known as Sukhasana, with a long spine, rooting down on that tailbone, and having the crown of your head shooting high to the sky. Your shoulders are drawing away from your ears, creating length and space in the neck. Your knees are cascading down to the ground, opening up the hips. You're tuned into your breath. Begin breathing in and out through your nose. Even inhales, even exhales. And kind of just scan your body. See how it feels today. How does your lower back feel? Your middle back, thoracic, upper back, cervical. How do your shoulders feel? Tight, loose. After a nice deep inhale, with the arms extended up to the sky, sigh it out. And bring your hands to heart center. Take a nice deep inhale. Let's have a collective Om from wherever you may be sitting. Ah. Namaste and welcome to Flip Flow. At this moment, I invite you to make your way onto all fours as I turn the jams on. So let's make our way onto all fours. Establish Hasta Bandha, which is rooting down on your hands. Fingertips are spread wide. Index fingers are pointed directly forward. And index fingers are parallel with each other. Shoulders stacked over the elbows, elbows stacked over the wrists. Micro bend in the elbows, with the eyes of your elbows pointed forward. The tops of your feet are pressed against the mat. Your knees are stacked underneath your hips at hip-width distance. And you're in a tabletop. Inhale. Drop the belly. Raise the tailbone and shift your gaze forward for a cow pose. Exhale, round your spine, press against the mat, and shift your gaze over to your navel for a cat pose. Inhale into a happy cow. And exhale, push against the mat, round the spine. That angry cat. Inhale, happy cow. Exhale, angry cat. Inhale, happy cow. Exhale, angry cat. Make your way back into tabletop pose. And on an inhale, extend the left arm forward and the right leg back, keeping that right foot flexed. Exhale, bring the left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, left elbow to right knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, return to tabletop. And inhale, extend the right arm forward, left leg back. Exhale, compress, bring that right elbow to the left knee. Inhale, extend. Exhale, compress. Inhale, extend. Exhale, back into tabletop. And begin to move your body clockwise. Warming up that spine. Now move that body in the other direction, counterclockwise. Now back into tabletop. And let your bum fall back onto your heels and extend your arms forward for a nice child's pose. You're always welcome to go into this pose if you feel any of the postures we are doing are too strenuous or they have you out of breath. This is always an option. Make your way back into a tabletop. Inhale, one more cow. Exhale, cat. Curl your toes and press those hips up and back for downward facing dog. This is your moment to establish your Ujjayi breath, your victory sounding breath. Long spine. Try and kiss those armpits and let the head hang like a mango. Inch your hands back to meet your feet at the back of the mat. Once you reach your feet, bend your knees around your spine and slowly articulate up vertebra by vertebra. Until you reach the top and you round the shoulders back. You take that first step forward. You take that next step forward. Progress. Excuse me, doggy. Once you reach the top of your mat, make your way into mountain pose, establishing Parabandha, which is rooting down on the four corners of your feet, keeping your toes soft. Option to have your feet spread at hip width distance, with the outer edges of your feet parallel with the outer edges of your mat. Or have your big toes together with your heels slightly spread apart. That's my preference. And in this mountain pose, you're victorious. Your breathing is victorious. Your posture is victorious. All your muscles are active. Leg muscles, micro bend in the knees, thigh muscles, hamstrings, glutes. Bring that tailbone underneath so that your spine is aligned. The crown of your head is high towards the sky. Your shoulders are drawn down away from your ears. Long neck. Your palms are facing forward. You're using all the muscles in your body to align the bones. Make that breath audible. With a slight constriction of the throat. Inhale, extend the arms up to the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Hinging at the hips. Letting the arms hang. Bring the arms behind your back, interlace the fingers. Place your fingertips on your shins. Extend the arms and create an L with your body for a halfway lift. Looking for that micro bend in the upper back here. Exhale, hands down on the mat. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. And feel the power of the plank. For a few breaths. Build some power. Exhale, bend the elbows and lower halfway down to Chaturanga. And release. Press the tops of your feet against the mat with your fingertips at nipple height. Baby Cobra. Exhale, release back down. Inhale, another baby cobra. Exhale, back down. Curl your toes. And press your hips up and back for another downward facing dog. Drive those heels towards the earth. Micro bend in the knees. Long length in the spine. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward, and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Place your hands on your shins and inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Rise up. Inhale, extend the arms up above head. Extended mountain pose. Exhale, fold forward. It's okay to bend the knees here. We're looking for length in the spine more than anything. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat. Step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. And again, let's activate the plank and find some strength. Micro bend in the elbows. The eyes of the elbows pointed forward. Navel pressed against the spine. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower halfway down to Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes to an upward facing dog. Avoid allowing the heels to splay. Legs are active, knees are off the ground. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. Excuse me as I remove this necklace. The bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Place your hands on your shins and inhale up to a halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. Bend your knees and rise up. Back into a mountain pose. Inhale, raise your arms, bend your knees and drop your bum to a chair pose. Lengthen the spine here, rooting down the four corners of your feet. Your toes are soft and your knees are over your second toe. Exhale, fold forward. Keep that breath audible, keep that breath controlled. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, hands on the mat, step the left foot back. Step the right foot back. Again, plank power. Exhale, lower halfway down, bending at the elbows. Chaturanga. Inhale, roll over the toes into an upward facing dog. Avoid dumping in the lower back here. Avoid allowing the heels to splay. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back to downward facing dog. Inhale, raise the left leg, bend the knee, and open that hip up. Keeping that right knee straight, that right foot straight. Bring that knee to your nose and take it back. Now bring that left foot in between both hands. Drop the right heel. Right toes are pointed towards the top right corner of your mat. With the hips neutral. Rise up to a warrior one. Arms up above head. Left knee at 90 degrees. Rooting down on the outside edge of your right foot. Hips neutral. Interlace your fingers behind your back and bring that left shoulder inside that left knee. Release the interlace, rise back up. Place both hands down, step the left foot back. Lower halfway down to Chaturanga. Inhale, rise up to an upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes. Press the hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Inhale, extend the right leg, bend the right knee. Open up that right hip. Right knee to your nose. Extend it back and then bring that right foot between your hands. Drop the left heel. Left toes are pointing to the top left corner of the mat. Hips are even. Hips are neutral. Warrior one. Then release your fingers behind your back. Bring that right shoulder inside the right knee. If you can't interlace the fingers, a strap will work just fine. Place your hands back down on the mat. Step the right foot back. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower halfway down to Chaturanga. Inhale. Tops of your feet against the mat. Upward facing dog. Exhale, drop the knees, curl the toes, and press the hips up and back to a downward facing dog. At the bottom of your next exhale, bend your knees, shift your gaze forward, and lightly step or float to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, shins, fingertips on the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, raise the arms, bend the knees, and drop the bum. Chair pose. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees around the spine and rise up. Back into a mountain pose. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. Exhale, Samastitihi. Hands at heart center. Shift your weight onto your left foot. rooting down in those four corners. Raising your right foot and begin to hinge at the hip, folding forward into a warrior three. Hips neutral. Extend the arms if it's part of your practice. Drop that right foot down on your right toes. Crescent pose. Right knee slightly bent. And we drop that right hand to the mat. And extend that left hand up to the sky. Exhale, bring that hand down, drop the knee, uncurl the toes, and shift your weight back onto that right heel, lifting the left toes off the mat. Shift the weight forward. Shift the weight back. Shift the weight forward. Curl your toes. Drop the heel so your toes are pointed towards the right side of your mat. And inhale up into a warrior two. Left knee at 90 degrees. Micro bend in the right knee, rooting down on the outside edge of the right foot. Your arms are extended alongside. You're not too far forward, you're not too far back. You're right in the middle. Strength the knees. Dialed into that Ujjayi breath. Drop that left elbow onto the left thigh and reach over with your right arm for a humble warrior. Gaze is over to your right middle finger. Inhale, rain both arms back to a reverse warrior. Gaze is over your left middle finger. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Extend the left leg, heel toe, the right foot closer to the left, shortening the distance. And as you reach forward with your left hand, you reach back with your right hip. And you drop down for a triangle pose. Imagine an imaginary wall all along your back. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands on your hips. Rotate the right foot 90 degrees inward. And now your feet are on train tracks. Hips neutral. Hinging at the hip. Fold forward for a pyramid pose. Inhale, rise up. Step forward. Back to a mountain pose. Back to active alignment. Inhale. Raise the arms up to the sky. Shoulders drawn away from the ears. Exhale. Samastiti, hands at heart center. Shift your weight onto your right foot. Rooted on the four corners. Elevate that left foot and begin hinging at the hip, folding forward for warrior three. Looking for a micro bend in the upper back. Extend the arms up. And drop that left foot down for a crescent pose. that left palm to the ground and extend that right arm up to the sky. Exhale. Bring the hands down. Drop the left knee. Shift your weight back. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, shift the weight back. Inhale, shift it forward. Drop that left heel so that your right heel is intersecting the sole of your left foot. Left toes are pointed towards the left side of your mat. Inhale, rise up to a warrior two. Rooting down on the outside edge of your left foot. Right knee's bent at 90 degrees. Arms are out alongside. Gaze is over to your right middle finger. Dialed into that Ujjayi breath. Drop down that right elbow on the right thigh. Reach over the top of your body with your left hand. Gaze over your left middle finger. Humble warrior. Inhale, rainbow the arms back into a reverse warrior. Gaze is over your right middle finger. Left hand is on your left hamstring. Inhale, back up, warrior two. Dialed into that Ujjayi breath. Extend the right knee. Heel toe the left foot closer to the right, shortening the distance. Reach forward with your right hand as you reach back with your left hip. And drop that right hand down to a triangle pose. Inhale, rise up. Place your hands on your hips. Rotate the left foot inward, 90 degrees. Your feet are now on train tracks. Pointed directly forward, hips neutral. Hinging at the hips, fold forward into a pyramid pose. Inhale, hinging at the hips, up, step forward. Back into a mountain pose. Rooted and long. Inhale, extend the arms up above head. Exhale, hands together at heart center. And shake it off. Shake it off. Next, make your way to the side of the mat and heel toe the feet outward as we prepare for a wide-legged forward fold. Toes are pointed inward, pigeon-toed, and hinge at the hip, fold forward. For a wide-legged fold. Put your feet on the mat. Heel toe your feet inward so that your toes are just wider than your hips, and make your way into a malasana. Hands together, pushing the knees out with your elbows, pushing the elbows in with your knees. Put your hands down on the mat, place your knees on your triceps. Let's make our way into a crow pose. I'm a little bit sweaty, so I keep slipping. But after that crow pose, make your way onto your back. And let's get some core work for this. Before we get into that dolphin pose, let's make our way into a staff pose. Let's get a little bit of alignment. Palms flat on the earth, legs extended in front of you. Your body is an L. Exhale, release down. Sukhasana. And inhale, make your body into a V, palms facing forward for 5. Long spine for 4. Toes pointed for 3. Even breath for 2. You're smiling for 1. Exhale, release. Inhale, dolphin pose. Shoulders drawn away from the ears for 4. Toes pointed for 3. Controlled breath for 2. You're smiling for 1. Bend your knees and drop your feet down directly underneath your knees. Root down on the feet. Press down on the feet to raise the hips up, keeping the hips neutral. Bring your shoulders underneath your back, interlace your fingers. And root down from shoulder to pinky in this bridge pose. Bring your chin to your sternum. Exhale, release the interlace. Raise the heels. And slowly articulate your back from upper back, then middle back, and then lower back all the way down. Raise the hips up. Place a block underneath your hips. And raise the legs up. For a very passive inversion, allowing the old blood to leave your legs. Getting some new blood into your brain. Welcome to bend the knees. Bring the soles together. Or just keep them up there. Bring the feet back down. Remove the block. Raise your thighs up 90 degrees. Bring your palms together with your arms extended in front of you and fall over to the right side. Stack the fingers, the wrists, the shoulders, the knees, ankles. Option to place a block in between your knees and open that back up. And bring that left hand to the left side of your mat And root down that left shoulder. Nice passive twist. Inhale, bring it back over to this side, to the right side. And shift it all over to the left side and stack it on the left side. Knees, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. Now open that right arm. Bring it over to the right side, rooting down that right shoulder. Exhale, bring it back over. Remove the block. And make your way back to center. Bring your knees into your chest, interlace the fingers and give them a hug. Open the thighs, bring your elbows inside your knees, grab the outer edges of your feet, and make your way into a blissful baby. You can abandon the Ujjayi breath, just tap into your normal breath. Rock side to side, massaging the lower back. Release the feet. And just melt in Shavasana. Relax. Let your body absorb all the medicine you just provided it. Be like water in a puddle, completely still. Let your feet fall as they may, your hands fall as they may. Relax your lower back, relax your knees. Relax your face. Begin to wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Just bring new life into your extremities. Pump some blood, some oxygen into those muscles. Pump up those glutes. Activate the core. Raise your hips up. Raise your thighs up with your knees bent at 90 degrees. And with your thighs perpendicular to the earth, and fall over to the left, to the right side as you extend your arm, right arm above head, resting your head on your right bicep in a fetal position, like a caterpillar in a cocoon. And imagine all the wonderful things you're going to do when you're reborn. How positive you're going to be with everyone you come across, with that infectious smile. Place your left hand down in front of your face and press down to rise up, maintaining your eyes closed. And make your way into Sukhasana, cross-legged seated pose. Remind yourself of your intentions. And did you honor them today? Did you stay focused? Bring your hands in front of your eyes. Open your eyes and slowly spread your fingers. Bring a new light and the elements back into your sensory. Inhale, hands up to the sky. Sigh it out as you bring your hands to heart center. Inhale in, and a collective Om from wherever you may be sitting. Ah. Thank you for letting me guide your practice today. Hopefully you broke a sweat. I know I did. And if you have any questions or have any comments, feel free to write it down and I'll get back to ya.